Hello, class, and hello, Dr. Garcia. Before entering into any therapeutic relationship with a client, counselors are ethically and in most states legally required to inform clients of their rights, the counselor's rights and policies, and any state or federal laws that counselors are mandated to follow in a written document. Simmons et al. 2020. From an ethical perspective, ensuring informed consent is not a one-time event. Rather, it's an ongoing process that begins with initial contact between the client and the counselor and continues throughout the counseling relationship. It's not always possible for the counselors to provide complete informed consent information during the first session. Rimley et al. 2020. The ACA Code of Ethics section A2A in 2014 describes informed consent as an ongoing part of the counseling process and advises counselors to document discussions of informed consent throughout the counseling relationship. The purpose of informed consent is to protect all the parties involved in the counseling field, whether it be the supervisor, the consultant, the client system, any parties involved. The ACA Code of Ethics also states in Section A2B 2014, it spells out in considerable detail the elements that should be included in securing informed consent ethically. And as our text states, these elements should be included in counseling disclosure statements. They are the purpose, goals, techniques, procedures, limitations, potential risk, and benefits of service, the counselor's qualifications, degrees held, license, certifications, areas of specialization, experience, and approach to counseling. Arrangements for continuation of services if the counselor dies or becomes incapacitated. The role of technology. The implications of diagnosis and intended use for records and test reports. Fees and billing information, including procedures for non-payment of fees. Confidentiality and its limitations. Clients' rights of obtaining information about their records and to participate in ongoing counseling plans, and clients' rights to refuse any recommended services, modality changes, and the consequences of refusal. I referred to a template from the state of North Carolina, which also suggests that the following be included in informed consent, which are credentials, qualifications, licensure, counseling background, fees, length of service, diagnosis, consent, confidentiality, and complaints. The sample I reviewed was from the Gateway Counseling Group, and it portrayed many of these guidelines in an informative manner. The introduction caught my attention as it explains informed consent and the purpose that it holds. One thing I noticed in the sample that I reviewed is that the breadth of it, the credentials, licensure, information on the location, contact information for the counselor, her background, education, how long she's been in practice, her population she sees, and her specialties were all described in the clinical background and philosophy section of the form. And I really like that because I really got to know the counselor in that section, as if I had met her, and I've never met her before. She also included technology, as if the client has an emergency, they can call for a 10-minute session. However, if the phone call lasts over 10 minutes, then a $10 fee will be applied. So I thought that was interesting. The sample I reviewed from the counselor was still under supervision 1 hour per month for licensure. And I found it interesting to see how she worded that in the confidentiality portion of the consent form, stating that all of her colleagues adhere to the same rules and confidentiality as the clinician, and clearly listed the few exceptions in which confidentiality can be broken. There was a section for adolescents and their confidentiality, as to when the parents may need to be notified. A section on records, how they will be kept for HIPAA guidelines, as well as the length of therapy sessions. Overall, I thought the consent form covered all the pertinent information and was clear and easy to follow. The clients were asked to initial each individual section as they went through the form, as well as a full signature and date at the bottom or at the conclusion of the document. I feel that it's important that all parties have all the information needed to make informed decisions about the terms, conditions, expectations, finances, and confidentiality entering into a therapeutic relationship. I feel that as long as everyone is informed, then all parties are protected and the welfare and fairness is respected. Thanks and have a great day.